Don't spread, don't spread, don't spread. Ah, very nice. Very nice. Ah, very nice. What? It ain't a crime. What? Wait. The game's not loading. No, wait. What? What? Wait, come on. Ah, very good.
Occasion with 3 points, but of course, Sean Dyche will not make that easy for him. Dallo trying to get it into Sheshko, well away by Murillo. This is Nico Williams for Forest, up towards Jesus, who's very well watched there by Delict. Casemiro survives those handball appeals. This is Ahmad. On it goes for a Bomo. Sheshko's there. And it's deflected behind for a corner. A Bomo causing problems straight away down that right side.
Yeah, frantic start from Manchester United. Casemiro breaking the play up. It's a brilliant little cut back. Sheshko tries to take it himself, but look at Bruno Fernandes. He's in acres of space and he just lets that ball run. It's an easier opportunity for United and a potential goal threat.
2 Premier League goals scored from corners this season for Manchester United. 1 for Casemiro, 1 for Maguire against Liverpool, of course. And Bomo's corner this time. Headed straight up in the air by Milenkovic. It'll be another corner.
It's been a good start from Manchester United. Taking off from the weekend's result against Brighton at home.
Another in-swinging corner from Mbomo. Reload wins it this time. Sells ensures that won't go out of play for a corner. Bowled out over arm, looking for Ndoye. Good covering by Ahmad. Terrific tempo early on here. It's Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United.
I think we are going to see a different approach, aren't we, from Angeball, for sure. He wanted to try and have a possession-based side and really try and utilise them forward players that Forest have. Create chances, press high. To be a little bit different early on, just them forward balls.
Oh!
Sean Dyche likes to implement into his sides and his squads.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with that. That's where he does like to try and play football. That's where I feel Forest are at their most dangerous with their forward players they have on the pitch this afternoon.
And Euro, who keeps his place even though Maguire is back. Bomo to Bruno Fernandes. Out to Dallo. It's great possession this for Manchester United. Cunha. Fernandes. Now Dallo to deliver.
Oh my God.
Break from Bomo. Williams away. A chance for Forest to come forward here with Anderson. Excellent ball looking for Jesus.
Oh my God.
Excellent play from Anderson as Manchester United are asking all the questions in these opening stages. He's the one who can really try and dictate that midfield area where it's going to be a tough job this afternoon. The way he's trying to pick out a pass rather than just filtering it into an area. Manchester United just pick the ball up and come again.
There's the Welshman, Williams. Anderson, who made his England debut against Andorra in September, hasn't looked back since. Hudson-Odoi. There goes Jesus. Well, that's an excellent block, and out it goes for a corner.
A direct positive from Forest. To see that Hudson-Odoi, that's what you want to see from your wide players, looking to create, instigate something. Jesus trying to spin, turn and get the shot away. One movement, ends up being really good defending from United.
First corner for the home side, and Douglas Luiz queuing up far post. Well, for a player who is so good in the air, that is a chance.
It is, it's well worked here. It's where Douglas Luiz, it's good delivery into the box. It's deep, it's right on the money. In fact, they're trying to just cushion the head back towards that far post. Off the top of the head. So they are dangerous from them sort of situations, Forest.
Well, one back by Gibbs White. And Doy might go for it. And Lames has to tip it over. That was moving and travelling.
Tell you what, that had an awful lot of movement on this strike. Cutting inside, had a little run there where he's getting support. Take that shot on, he does.
He gave me good, he let me know, man.
Has to make sure that isn't going in his net, so parrying it off the bar is a sensible solution for him.
So a corner from the far side this time. Another in swing, and this time to be taken by Douglas Luiz. Kovacevic right in the heart of it again. Anderson. Williams. Away by Euro.
Oh my God.
Straight up in the air by Murillo.
20.
By Hudson-Odoi. They have struggled for goals though, Forest. Lowest scorers in the Premier League. 5 goals scored. Their 9 league games. In fact, in their last 17 halves of football, 93 attempts, 2 goals. Tells its own story.
Yeah, it does. Really does. When you go back to last season, even with the form that they're in, it's into 17. It's not good enough. And that's because of the fall off the back end of last season, but it's continued on. Put that down to so many reasons, but this is a very talented Forest squad that should be doing a hell of a lot better. What disruption.
Oh my God.
What's a foul by Dallo and Odoi? Warmly applauded that by Sean Dyche.
Não tem porque aqui.
Well, the owner is here. Mr. Marinakis looking on, hoping for the home win. Savona's cross.
Oh yes, let's go. Oh my God.
Cunha. Excellent ball, that is.
Bruno.
Fernandes. Cunha once more, scorer of that fine goal against Brighton last week to
Against
open his
Brighton.
account for Manchester United.
What a massive addition he's been. Something done in a Hunter Wondrous shirt. Absolutely outstanding, and that's why the move was certainly on the cards of what he's done since he's come here.
Brasta
Really,
Mbuemo.
really fitted him well to Manchester United style. And we had that little injury in the game at home to Burnley. He went off early stages of that game, but just shows what he brings to the forward attacking threat with compliments of Fernandes and Ryan Mbeumo. So let's go to that equation.
One thing that Sean Dyche was really unhappy with in the first half last week at Bournemouth was that his players weren't at it. They were too passive. You can see they're anything but in the first half here.
Something just clicked in me.
Bring
Damn.
an aggressive approach. That's exactly what Dyche will have implemented in this probably his first full week. Is that stamping his authority, what he wants from every single player that he has in his squad. Rumours were the beat test, was out.
Not engaged.
That's one as a player. You always raise your eyebrows out, but I think it was just to check whether certain players were at a certain level where he wanted them at. And this isn't good viewing, is it, when you see Sir Douglas Luiz clutching that hamstring.
Yeah, Ryan Yates is getting ready. Luiz has been so important, hasn't he? Since joining on loan from Juve with an option to buy. He had missed a few games already. Came back, started 3 in a row, 4 today, but he missed those 3 crucially. Forest lost them all. And could he be heading for another spell on the sidelines?
Yeah, it looks that way, doesn't it? The firm clutch of the hamstring, the stretching. It's muscular. You know what's coming next. I think that'll be the end of this afternoon. Can't see how it won't be. And a disappointment, real disappointment, as you said, Gary. Such a talented individual. I do feel that last season as well, not having enough game time, probably not having a full pre-season to a certain extent, is that this is what happens because of the demand on the Premier League.
Yeah, his afternoon is over, and it's an opportunity for Ryan Yates, who, as I mentioned a little earlier, reached 250 appearances for this club when he came on as sub last week at Bournemouth. Been with Forest since he was a young lad. He's going to get a long time to impress the head coach in this one because of the luckless Luiz having to go off.
And I think you look at Ryan Yates, and I think he definitely ticks every box for Sean Dyche, doesn't he? One of them players who gives absolutely everything. Not saying that not everyone does out there, but he's definitely Sean Dyche kind of player.
It's White. Bruno Fernandes brings it clear, finding Šeško. No foul. Laid off by Jesus to Gibbs White. Now Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi to take it on.
No
We've
foul.
seen those find the top corner many a time in the past, not today.
Yeah, he's looked full of energy. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Basic stuff, getting forward, bodies flying forward, lots of options, but chooses to go alone and chooses to try and reverse that whip strike towards the near post. Fortune's always rising over.
Well, you can see it has been a strong start from Nottingham Forest. 5 attempts to 1 in their favour.
I think momentum's shifted very quickly, hasn't it? United seem to start on the front foot, but always really grown into this game and that side since.
Here is Cunha finding shifts.
Oh!
Well, he unloaded very quickly there, didn't he? And it is maybe a yard or 2 wide.
Yeah, I love seeing this from a centre forward. I mean, it's quick, it's instinctive, and he tries to catch every single player out. And he takes that strike on early. It's hit so well. It's always just travelling wide, though. He will score goals for Manchester United. Physical, focal point.
A couple of goals for him so far. Consolation against Brentford, then netted from a long throw against Sunderland at Old Trafford. Bruno Fernandes goes down here.
I was just looking over the goals at Cunha, Fernandes, Uma and Šeško. 77 goals that season were shared between them, and that just shows what they have in that forward line. If that can all click, why shouldn't Man United start pressing, being in contention for something special this season?
Dallo with the throw. Alenkovic away without even having to jump. And again. Gibbs White. Back by Mbama. Casemiro. Ahmad. Yoro. Fernandes. Now Luke Shaw. Cunha. There's no way past Yates.
He's so good at receiving the ball and then having a drive forward where he commits players. It just stays till he wants that 1-2. It's a clever foul actually from Yates.
So free kick to Manchester United here. Everyone back behind the ball. The home side. Bono to Cunha. The captain Bruno Fernandes looking for Casemiro.
Oh my God!
Well, he managed to steal it round the back there. Just couldn't quite cut it back as he wanted.
Yeah, Forest switching off and probably ball watching. That ball's played in from Bruno Fernandes. That's where Casemiro creeped in. That post is just a bit too difficult to guide something back to one of his teammates that were lurking in that 6-yard box.
Anderson. Gibbs White. That's a giveaway to Yoro. He wins it back, having done so. Williams. Anderson. Now Bono for Manchester United on for Bruno Fernandes. Yates tries to hold him up. Cunha. Excellent work again from Elliot Anderson.
Absolutely brilliant. See what he can do going forward, but what he contributes defensively is outstanding.
Oh my God!
Rain coming down here in the East Midlands. Yates. Stankovic. Anderson. Well cut
Really?
out by Bruno Fernandes.
Really?
Is Ahmad. This is De Ligt. Every minute in the Premier League this season, the only Manchester United player to do so. Real mainstay. And Bumo looking for Šeško.
Oh! You need a bubble!
Marino
Oh!
mightily relieved. If that had been a better first touch, he was in.
You need first touch in that guy.
Outstanding pass from Bumo. Oh, look at this, the movement just goes on his way. And then the
Oh my
touch, it's
God.
massive, it's
First touch.
so big. Can't cushion that down to himself in a 1v1. It's Marcel's, very, very lucky.
Foul by Anderson. On Cunha.
So Manchester United have noticed over recent games that movement that they have, fluidity, it's really good. And Bumo ends up on this left side. Cunha going out to that right side. There's so many options. It's so hard to defend. It's so hard to pick up.
Ahmad. His first time. Cut out by Anderson. Forest have won the last 3 Premier League meetings with Manchester United, by the way. Did the double over them last season. They're looking to win 4 league games in a row against United for the first time in 115 years. Quite some achievement. Savona to Odoi. Hudson-Odoi. Swiftly closed down by Casemiro. Anderson. Williams.
Oh.
Cunha.
Ah!
Away to Anderson. He's here, there and everywhere, isn't he, at the moment? Hudson-Odoi looking to squeeze it through for Gibbs White. Hudson-Odoi again. Shaw away, crucially, and then walloped clear by Cunha.
Great delivery as well from Hudson-Odoi. Good match from the defensive header from Luke Shaw. Really good
Oh,
start.
man.
22 and a half minutes, and both sides sitting back, sides showing intent.
The last 7 match rounds, only leaders Arsenal have picked up more points than Ruben Amorim's side. They have been on a terrific run, a much needed one from his perspective.
Bumo.
Well, trying to bring teammates into play. It's Williams to clear. Jesus beaten in the air by De Ligt. Anderson. Samiro puts a stop to that. Bruno Fernandes. And that. Says play on, just a throw to United.
I think there were 2 good calls from Darren England there. They do. Pulling the wool over his eyes. And 2 challenges, one for Forest and one for Manchester United.
Casemiro.
Oh, what's up?
Shaw. Gets it back again, Shaw. Tries to find Šeško.
There's been so many nearly moments for Manchester United coming forward. Shaw stepping in.
Apple.
Just a touch again
Nakutoka.
from Chesko. Himself in some really good positions where the final touch just let him down.
Anderson. Now Milenkovic. Savona. Anderson. Well, Gibbs White with the thumbs up for the attempt. The execution wasn't quite on point. 25 minutes gone here at a packed City ground.
Aquamenda. Come on.
Doy is back defending here for Forest. Yates. Gibbs White. Anderson. Savona's on his way and he's in behind. Igor Jesus in the middle. Still Savona.
Nice.
Well, they didn't make the most of that very promising breakaway.
Yeah, I mean, what a pass this is from, yet again, one that's instigated everything from midfield for Forest. Anderson, Savona in a good area. I think he's going to flash that in far earlier. The extra touch just allows Manchester United to get back in that solid unit. And it makes the pass even more difficult.
Manchester United's passing has just gone a little awry in the last few minutes. Savona, signed from Juventus in the summer. Yates, seen by Dallo. Casemiro's back pass. Plenty of enterprising football from both sides, but goalkeepers underemployed so far.
Just one shot on target, which the good bits of play we've had, it's been the only disappointment so far. I'm sure there'll be more to come.
Of course, Forest would love to have this man fit and firing, wouldn't they? Sean Dyche knows exactly what he can do. They were together for 5 seasons at Burnley in the Premier League. He scored 49 Premier League goals in that time.
His goal contribution speaks for itself, doesn't it? But got a bad replacement that's taking that role today. And Jesus just 5 goals, none in the Premier League so far. That's why that needs to change.
There's a man to take it on.
Oh!
Pushed away by Sells to Cunha. Casemiro.
What? Do?
The header punted it away and a man is standing in an offside position.
Well, it's well worked from Manchester United. That gets the strike on. It's that little bit of movement. Bruno just causing a problem too.
Oh, dude.
I think the slight deflection en route to goal takes probably a lot of the sting out of the save, but Sells makes an opportunity.
Yeah, that was the visitors' first attempt on target in the game. When he starts linking up with Umbermo down that side, they can be a very challenging proposition for any opponent.
Very dangerous.
It brings so much pace, doesn't it? And positive drive. It's probably a little bit different to the right side and the left side of Manchester United.
First half against Sunderland and Old Trafford in particular, those two just ran riot. that first period, won the game really in that time. It's a battle there between Shishko and Milenkovic.
Two big physical players.
Gibbs White. Trying to find Igor Jesus. Away though by De Ligt. Fernandez out to Ahmad. Now Mbeumo.
Big! Oh my God.
Held up by Murillo. Not much gets past him.
It's good awareness from Murillo. He stepped in from his defensive role to witness the danger, because Mbeumo probably had it all himself. He might have been able to slip. Cheeky little run from Ahmad.
Mbeumo left frustrated. Half an hour gone here. Nico Williams to take the throw for Forest. Very encouraging opening half an hour for Sean Dyche. Contrast to what he saw at the Vitality Stadium last Sunday. Anderson. Marina. Gibbs White. Good angled run, but Shaw went with it.
Alikuwa mzuri hapo katikati.
De Ligt. Yoro. Ahmad. Luke Shaw. Looking for good.
That's bad.
You can see what he intended to do there, Luke Shaw. He wanted it far earlier, but it was the inside run. Just breaks the defence. It's been the story of the first half of United. Just final pass, final touch. Just not quite there yet.
Cunha.
Now Brian Mbeumo.
Mbeumo. Oh my God. Bruno.
And there's Mbeumo once more. Looking for
Cisco.
Cisco.
Oh my God.
Very good leap by the man who's stayed with him constantly. Now the referee's given a corner there.
It's a corner.
Simona is fuming that that's gone against him.
It did look the right call, to be quite honest. It's pretty delayed though, wasn't it? He's done it to brilliant game as well. Shishko under pressure at that post.
Oh.
I think the ball was out.
Sabe que fulei esse tá agora? Aí sim.
It's the right call though.
Difficult to show the whole of the ball across, but the corner's been given. One of those went against Forest last week.
Ivo!
And
No,
they
you!
paid the price then, and they paid the price today.
Casemiro!
Well, Sean Dyche was absolutely furious.
Casemiro!
The corner was wrongly given at Bournemouth, and the cherry started coming, and the same thing has happened today. They didn't defend it properly, and United take the lead.
Yeah, it's a carbon copy of a similar sort of incidents, and they are surrounding.
Ini Manchester bwana.
I'll tell you, they have to.
This is Manchester bwana. Ay!
This is where they're aggrieved.
Oh my God. Wataangalia. Oh my God.
It's going to be a real tough cover. From what you can see on the pictures, I think the ball is just out there. Switch on, defend. This is one of the smallest players in this United side in Casemiro. Does he have to do a lot? No, not really. He stood still. He leaps. Does he get too far up? Yes, it's a great header. Take no credit from Casemiro, but it should be defended far, far better. The frustration, yes, totally understand. But defensively, really poor.
Yes, given.
Second time this season that Casemiro has scored from a corner. Second time this week that Forest will dispute whether the corner should have been given. Like you say, Lee, whether it was a corner or not, once it's given, you have to defend it properly. And VAR can't intervene then on whether it's a corner or not.
No, they can't. And as you said last week, it did happen. You learn a lesson, don't you? The next thing is, it's the second day. You switch on, you make sure you're defending. Because how many times do we see little situations in games not given? It's football. That's what you have to deal with. You have to get on with that situation, defend, and then ask the questions after. That wasn't the case yet again.
So Forest are going to have to do it the hard way. Savona's long throw, not quite long enough. Cunha got to it first.
Nice.
It's a delightful bit of skill from Cunha. Outrageous. Now on Burma.
By the way, how good was that from Manchester United? That squeeze, the press from Forest. Cunha, really tight areas.
Yeah,
Phase.
oh my God, the time.
This is just the confidence oozing out of this Manchester United side at this moment in time.
Chance for Anderson to cut it
Yes.
back for Gibbs White. Darlow did brilliantly to get that away.
Yes.
Sheshko.
Oh my God.
And Bummo. Works on his way again. He'll get to it ahead of Milinkovic. Sheshko getting in the middle.
Oh my
Darlow
God.
was getting there too.
Wait, oh.
Clearance from Savona. United looking deadly on transition there.
Yeah, this game has definitely gone up a notch. In every sense, frustration. Forest had good parts in this first half, as have Manchester United, but goal just sparked this game into real action.
Casemiro, the goal scorer for Bruno Fernandes, tussling with Yates. So still no clean sheet in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest. Last time they kept one in the league actually was the 1-0 win against Manchester United last season. Two players down here, Casemiro and Anderson. Anderson back on his feet now. Before, wasn't it, here, Lee?
Yeah, I think just going in for the challenge on Anderson was really awkwardly. Landing. I don't think Sean Dodge was too disappointed the way his team's performed in the first half at all. Disappointment will be how they conceded the goal, I would have felt.
Well, no foul, it is just a drop ball in Forest's favour. Reload to Williams, to Scamper. It's been nicked by Ahmad.
Oh, yes.
Through for Sheshko.
Oh my God, no.
Reload to the rescue for Nottingham Forest.
What?
As things stand, Manchester United up to second in the Premier League table.
It's absolutely outrageous, isn't it? Manchester United returning a huge corner. Ruben Amorim. I mean, absolutely outrageous. You stick with the process. What you do get rewards with this quality side that they do have.
Hudson-Odoi. Oh, well, he threw himself at that, Odoi.
Kuna kazi toka.
Hudson-Odoi is looking to score with that on his left side,
Kuna
unlikely.
kazi.
I think you're right, Gary. I think he takes this shot on. If pitch dragged. I expect someone to get on the end of it. Look at that, that's two players queuing up, waiting for the slightest of touches. I think Jesus is the closest. Doig coming in that back post. Almost moments.
Kutufunga kweli lazima kama hakuna kitakachofunga kama Sunday.
On the ball. He has been the danger.
Bado ndo moja eka kitu.
Casemiro. Dallo. Give a go with Cunha.
Oh my God.
Milenkovic swats it away.
Milenkovic Savic.
Jesus hasn't had a lot of joy with those so far. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Cunha. Dallo. Well, let's take a look at the goal once again. First of all, is the whole of the ball over the whole of the line? I'm not sure it is, Lee. I think there's a little bit of overhang there. But then you can see he's arguing with Bobby Matthew, the fourth official, then tells his players, you've got to switch on. You didn't last week. Switch on. They didn't switch on. It's a free header for Casemiro. And he finds the bottom corner.
Oh.
Here's a man for Manchester United.
Oh, Ahmad G.
More than capable of finding the top corner from there.
They should do better. Well worked from Manchester United here. Excellent bit of play from Ron and Bumo. Big first touch from Ahmad. Got to hit the target. Give yourself a chance. Just hitting it over the bar. Maybe a little bit of lean back and too much bend on that shot rather than focusing in on hitting the target. But just going back to the point, I actually felt that the ball was out carrying. I think that's going to be an argumentative situation that we will go further. But
ultimately, the officials made the decision and you've got to go with it.
Totally. And that's the thing, you have to get on with it. But I think the focus is whether it's in, it's out. I'm sure Dutch is clearly saying to his side, get on with things.
Here's Ndoye, pushed away. And the offside flag goes up anyway. Lamens wasn't to know that.
Yeah, big save. I think he's just in an offside position. Just leaning maybe into an offside position, maybe. A little bit further than on what thought, but he has to take the strike on and he doesn't know about that, so he has to make sure he makes a big save, which he does.
Difficult, isn't it? Because the last thing so many of us want is more VAR intervention, but should they be allowed to say in that situation it is or it isn't a corner? It would clear up so many of these arguments. Hudson-Odoi striding forward for Forest. Gibbs White. Excellent block by Shaw. And Cunha's down, holding his face. I think there was a hand in the face there.
Yeah. Just go back to that brilliant bit of defensive play from Luke Shaw. Absolutely outstanding. There was a slight push on the shoulder on Cunha from Ryan Yates. Brilliant play from Forest. So going forward, Hudson-Odoi drifting inside. Looking at Gibbs White. That's one of them that sometimes go through players' legs and cause the goalkeeper a problem. But
Luke Shaw mkali, wewe ni mngori. Luke Shaw ni mkali.
Sarcastic cheers there for the referee as the decision goes Forest's way.
I think just going back to that situation where did it or did it, I think that will eventually come into. I know that they can alter rules throughout the season, can't they? And I think that was highlighted on ref's watch where it is the possibility of doing so, because then it just clears up anything. But it did look really, really tight call.
Zendoy. Angled run from Igor Jesus. Flag stays down for now. Well, flag goes up now.
Offside traps.
Similar sort of situation to that's when he finds himself in an offside position, maybe just moving your line yourself just a couple of yards so you can run onto that to stay onside.
So we move into 3 minutes of first half stoppage time. Sheshko and Yates. Free kick to Forest. Well, he'll tell you, Sean Dyche, when you're at the bottom, so many of those decisions seem to go against you. It's the way of the world in football. Doy, Savona,
What did they let him say?
played by Yoro, Milenkovic.
To me, I believe
Reset
it was
for
Bermani.
Forest. Reach off a little bit more for some of the good bits of play they've had in the final third. Disappointment.
There's a foul by Doy. Damo.
3 minutes.
Foul that's certainly not needed. Never going to win the football.
Well, there'll be a lot that he's very pleased about in this first half. He chats there to Steve Stone, but they've got to try and find a way to score just their 6th league goal of the season if they're to avoid defeat. Anderson, Hudson-Odoi. Squashed a little bit wide there, Igor Jesus. Hudson-Odoi.
Nice.
Squirming through to Anderson. Then a foul on a man.
Just pushes that ball a little bit too far. Hudson-Odoi. Jesus making that run where Hudson-Odoi would normally be. Reverse pass, so many nearly moments. I think we've seen that from both sides here.
As things stand, Manchester United heading for a 4th win in a row. But cheers around the City ground. Sean Dyche has got that sinking feeling again. Savona thought he'd get the ball in play by the dead ball line. Casemiro got a free header from the resulting corner which was given. Akil Howson there, the referee's assistant, flagged for the corner. We can't tell for sure whether the whole of the ball crossed the whole of the line. Disagreements between us, I'm not sure it was a corner, but the corner was given crucially, and you've got to defend it. They didn't defend it, and that's why Manchester United have a half-time lead here at the City ground. Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester United 1.
Because that is Manchester. This is Manchester United.
You have to lose.
Okay, I've lost. I've lost what? How? I'm one.
Then Manchester, are you in Manchester?
Yes. Why are you not in Manchester? Asema 2-0. New month of new locking in. Mbaba Casemiro. Oh, pala ko, foul. What? Oh my God. She's my number moja. Hello. Glory, glory, Man United. I'm not judging. The devil from Gatoldo. Vampire. Hey, guys. Goodness. Move. Please get out of the way. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll cook again, we'll cook again, we'll cook again, we'll cook again. But you still gotta cook. Realize anybody cook for you? Or they want to sit down and eat your plate yourself and realize anybody cook for you? The chef, dog. Keep cooking. You're the chef, dog. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. Wait. Sekunda vita kuanza kwani mnakaaje? Kunaita Miami. Do that. I think I will see that game, Nicky. Coverage will resume shortly. What the hell, nigga? She's my number. Manchester imerudi. This is
Beautiful old stadium, one of the great cathedrals of English football.
Manchester United.
Savona's ball in, up in the air by Delict.
Delict.
In the air by Ahmad. Behind it goes for a corner. Ahmad wanted a free kick for a push. I don't think that was ever likely.
He was asking England for free
Hello?
kick. It's lifted high in the air. He has to deal with it. Ahmad, definitely not.
Naona mtu. Wacha kunipigia simu saa hii. Toka hapa.
Punched away by Lamens.
Wacha kunipigia. Selamet.
Hudson-Odoi. Anderson.
Twende United.
Drilled that out to Odoi. Delightful ball that was. Yates. Gibbs White. His first Premier League goal of the season to equalise for Nottingham Forest. What a ball, what a header. It's 1-1 inside 3 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, everything about the goal was beautiful. And I mean that in every sense. The pass out from Elliot Anderson.
My God.
Outrageous. He drilled the pace. I mean, have a look at that. Top quality. Boy, he just gets control. And then it's all about what delivery can you put in. It's whipped in. There's not much pace on. The pass from Yates just puts enough on it for Morgan Gibbs White to come and contact and make sure he heads that directly right in the corner. And that's what it's all about, the execution of the header. It's inch perfect. That's why the goalkeeper wanted to get a fingertip to it, and we've got a game on.
The message from Deitch is switch on again. Now you've scored. Just looked like Gibbs White wanted that more than a man. And here is Morgan Gibbs White. Forest tails well and truly up. Comes to Odoi, the Swiss forward. Savona, Yates, who got the assist. Remember, didn't start the game. Igor Jesus is there. It's loose. It's in. Phenomenal from Nottingham Forest. It's Savona who makes it 2-1. 2 goals in as many minutes. What a turnaround it is.
Oh my word. This has certainly erupted here at the City Ground. I mean, it's scrappy, but it doesn't matter. Forest have started this second half far the better. Ball not dealt with, it's scrappy, it's horrible, but you know what, the only first person that reacts on the scene is Savona. And what he has to do, he's got no one in and around him, it's really scrappy. As that touch, just hit the target in the 6-yard area, and he makes sure he hits it hard enough to beat Lemons in goal. What a start to this second half for Sean Dyche's Forest. Unbelievable. Hello can't go near him because he knows he's certainly penalty bound. Credit to Savona, credit to Forest for that reaction.
Nicolò Savona with his first goal since his move from Juventus in the summer. The goal is confirmed. Well, who saw this coming within 5 minutes of the restart? Nottingham Forest 2, Manchester United 1.
Guy.
They scored just 39 seconds after the restart. He told his players to switch on, they listened. Calamity start to the second half for Manchester United. Igor Jesus deflected by Hudson-Odoi. I'd say
Well,
it's
that
United
means
who need to switch
Baridi.
on now. Williams for Yates. Marino. Well cut out by Mbama. Then by Yates.
Guy.
Unbelievable turnaround here. What was said in that half-time interval. Whatever was said to them Forest players as he gave them a big reaction. Cut out the traps nice and brightly. Gibbs White getting on the score sheet. Savona creeping in. A bit of a scruffy display of defensive work from Manchester United to get a goal.
Bruno Fernandes to Ahmad. Mbama. Well, what a game we've got on our hands now. Manchester United behind. They're certainly not going second at the moment. It's their turn to try and come from behind.
Guy.
The question is, can they react? I think that's always been the question mark defensively for Manchester United. They showed that the weekend against Brighton, conceded cheap goals.
Bruno Fernandes has seen a man in plenty of space here. Can he?
Oh no, 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 no. Mbona hang hapo? Oh my God, mbona hang hapo? Mbona hang hapo? My God. Oh shit.
The delivery right. Oh, what a ball that was, up in the air by Marilla. Well, he can't do much more than that, the man, can he?
Oh, what a delightful cross from Ahmad. Samiro coming in late, can't adjust his body. Off the knee, off the arm. I think it was a handball maybe that
Aye!
this to a halt. What a ball that is.
That's a bit
Bounces
of
in the 6-yard area. It's not dealt with and there's no one there to capitalise on such a delightful cross from Ahmad.
Well, Manchester United have scored the first goal 6 times this season in the Premier League before today. 1-5 drawn 1 is their record, but now they're behind.
Guy.
This record after conceding first.
Sasa.
Woeful.
Guy.
Drawn 1, lost 6 of the 7 times they've conceded the opening goal. So tremendous character from Sean Dyche's men. A long way to go. Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Francesco didn't quite get it right.
How the game could completely change is absolutely bizarre. Not that Manchester United, all they had to do was probably come out and start this second half in some sort of a decent fashion. They didn't. The home side really took advantage.
Gallo.
Hey!
Ball by Bruno Fernandes. Gallo. Cunha. Mbama.
Goalkeeper!
Baffled why Gallo hasn't taken this opportunity to take a striker goal himself. He takes an immaculate touch, trying to reverse a pass that's almost impossible. Just come out to Mbuma and can't get the full connection that maybe he wanted to themselves in goal.
Williams. Really important for Forest.
Hauna
They've
mtu
just go
asikie
into
bola, hauna mtu.
passive defensive mode now. There's a long way to go in this game. Hudson-Odoi. Good looking ball that. Jesus was lurking. It's a very, very good defensive header from Gallo to put it behind for a corner.
I've been impressed with Callum Hudson-Odoi's delivery. Opportunities he's had when he's had the ball at his feet. That was a deep cross that had to be dealt with from Gallo.
Cross goes Elliot Anderson to take Forest's fourth corner. Anderson delivers. Right in the thick of it there, Murillo.
By the way, this is a decent chance for Forest. Another exceptional delivery from Forest's best player on the pitch, Anderson. Should do better, really. Murillo.
Yeah, just 2 goals in 83 appearances for Forest. Player of the Year 2 seasons ago here. He's come close on many more occasions than that.
This is a big test for Manchester United now. Gone into the break with that lead. How can they respond? What can they do differently? Can they show big character? There's enough characters out there.
Goal kick is the verdict. Might not have been the best option that Mbumo chose there.
I think you're right. It's difficult for Thomas Cunha to have a touch, get control of the ball, particularly when you've got defensive, strong defenders in Milinkovic and Murillo. Milinkovic should come across and witness the danger.
Well, it's got just over half an hour to see if this side can turn this around. That'll seem like a long half an hour for Sean Dyche, I'm sure.
Aye.
Shaw with the challenge on Igor Jesus.
It's good skill here. Jesus just gets caught with a late challenge from Luke Shaw.
Let me put you about. Let me put you about. Let me put you
Sean
about.
Dyche and his coaches mark on set plays.
I don't fucking care, nigga.
Marino. He's rolled that very nicely for Dan and Doy. Bruno Fernandes only as far as Anderson. Away by Yoro. Mbumo looking to release Cunha. Now Ahmad.
This is what?
Casemiro.
I'll tell you what, Dyche is at time when they have to get back defensively every single Forest. They were sprinting back to make sure that Manchester United were getting no joy there.
Yoro. Mbumo. Well left by Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes! Off the post! Casemiro wide! Wow, that was close. We were right behind that and it was arrowing towards the base of the post.
Well, do you know what, Gary? I didn't even think that was getting anywhere near where it should have got, because it's one of them that's just gonna, let's say, a daisy cutter if that rephrases to it, but it's not hit brilliantly. It's scuttling across the ground, and watching it for Sal's, it comes off instep of the post. It don't respond quick enough. Casemiro might have just responded that half an inch earlier. He might have just had a simple tap, and he tries to go with the studs and just gets it wrong and it's a side netting.
Good chance that for his second of the game.
We're just gonna see, he can't be taking that shot on from there. Bruno Fernandes, he did, and that's why the opportunity was there. It wasn't hit anywhere near how he can approach and strike a ball.
2/3 of the game gone. Luke Shaw for Manchester United. Looking there. Don't think he can be too surprised, and Doy.
definitely can't be. It was quite a lengthy distance. Luke Shaw and the card was going to be shown for Lanandoy.
Ahmad. Yora. Casemiro. Which coach is going to blink first to make changes? The next question.
There's a bit of movement down there on the bench.
Oh my God.
Doy picks up the yellow card. Probably explain why Darren England had a really good view. It's not really any contact as such. He's taken him off his feet. I think the intent may have been there. Slight clip, but that's why it looks like Casemiro just pulled out of it.
Jesus. That's Lanandoy. Cut out by Casemiro.
Ah, la 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 la. Ah.
Just looking at
Woo.
shape,
Man, leo tunapigwa man. Kwani leo ni siku gani? What the heck is today?
higher line just enabled their midfielders and the more effective wide players to get a bit more football and give a little bit more support to Jesus.
Lanandoy. Surrender on the outside. Yates. Doy.
Wewe ndio ukufe na huko. Toka hapa.
Maybe a higher line just enabled their midfielders and the
Oh my God.
more effective wide players to get a bit more football and give a little bit more support to Jesus.
Doy. Surrender on the outside. Yates. Doy. Lenkovic. Anderson. That's Lanandoy. Past Ahmad. He's dug out across there. He got Jesus. He's up.
Well, I thought that crept in with that post. All I can hear from the touchline is get at him. And that's what he's been screaming at. I think it's Sean Dyche that's screaming at Callum Hudson-Odoi. Get at him. He does. Puts a real cute teasing cross in. It's hung up. Well, Jesus gets on then. It comes off the outside of the post. That's how close it looks like it is. Delightful teasing cross from Callum Hudson-Odoi.
This place would have erupted if that had gone in. That had squeezed in at the post. Casemiro switching it to Dallo. Casemiro again. Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Now Ahmad on the right side. Cut back for Bruno Fernandes, but
Nani.
hoping Šeško would be there. He wasn't. Felix. Shaw. Cunha. Dallo. Casemiro. Shaw.
Weka tu hapo ndani. Oh my God.
Just biding their time here, Manchester United. Waiting for the right moment to pounce. And Burma, a man. Forrest have forced them all the way back to direct.
Yes, outstanding defending and just shutting all them little avenues that
Ai.
United had. Lots of in the first half.
That's it away for Nottingham Forest. Oh, it flashes just wide.
Guy.
Dangerous is Callum Hudson-Odoi. Glenn Anderson picking that pass out. I thought this was goal. Really central to the goal. The goalkeeper beat, and it's just that skip away from the goal right at the end. He was bending away. The United goal.
Huh?
Oh, this is a familiar change, isn't it? Patrick Dorgo for Dallo. Dorgu, the Danish fullback,
Is it 2-1 or 1?
on the sub for the fourth league game in a row. Straight swap.
Yeah.
It's Murillo. Anderson. Hudson-Odoi.
I think that area in particular, Gary, is that the way United play with a back three, back five with wing backs, that it's a lot of demand in them wide areas that put Dallo and Ahmad to get up and down the pitch defensively and an attacking threat as well. So I understand why that is quite a frequent change.
Pretty animated at the moment. Zamarim. There's the match stats. 13 attempts from Forest, 3 on target, 8 from Manchester United. Just the one goal to show for their efforts.
As I said, I felt that there was signs of that when Ange was in charge. I just felt that they weren't clinical enough.
Doy. Yates. Sapona. Doy. Goes off Dorgu for the corner. Went into this match at the worst shot conversion in the Premier League, Forest. Just 5%. Don't think it'll be the worst after today. 5th corner for the home side. As they look to try and put this game to bed. 20 minutes left. Feels for handball there. Referee says no. Put away by Shaw.
Utacheza kwanza ni nguvu.
Collected by Bruno Fernandes, the Manchester United captain. Yoro. Activated by Nico Williams. Possibilities here for Forest. Yates. Hudson-Odoi. Cut back for Elliot Anderson. Gibbs White.
Oh my God.
Well, the ball never went in the end. Will it do here? Gibbs White, great run. Oh, nicely in as well towards Adoy.
Ah!
He
Ooh.
went down. Here's Hudson Adoy. Savona trying to get on the end of that. Behind he goes for a goal kick.
That's been a good spell from Forest again. I've been really impressed in this second half, I must admit. This was the handball shout. If he was, it comes off the shoulder, rolls down the arm. No chance, and there is contact there with just a little nudge. Not a penalty, but just going back to the way that Forest have applied themselves in this second half. You see traits of that in the first half. Just been more effective in the final third. Final passes finally reach destinations and asked a hell of a lot more questions.
Oh my God.
Sure. Casemiro again. It's looking very, very solid without the ball here.
And they look comfortable. Reflecting how United were in that first half. We've seen a lot of Bruno Fernandes.
Oh my God.
Dorgu. Just over Sheshko.
Wow!
Great block, Hudson Adoy. No foul. Dorgu.
Ah!
No problem there for Matt Sells.
Oh my God, siku imeisha. Guy Manchester.
Put a stamp on it.
Yates needing attention. Problem with his leg. There is Taiwo Awani. It could easily be Igor Jesus to go off, who was very close to making it 3-1, wasn't he, Lee?
Yeah, it was. I think he didn't have an awful lot to go out in the first half. Second half, there's been more crosses, there's been more support for him to get hold of the ball, because looking at him, he doesn't look like one of them players that looks a real physical centre forward, but he has showed signs of strength. He's been a lot better in this second half.
Yates back on his feet. Manchester United want to bring on Nusayr Mazraoui.
Hey.
For Euro. Moroccan has been an unused sub for the last 2 games.
Sasa Maguire tusaidie.
Will come on here
Sasa
to
tu
replace the
Maguire.
teenage defender.
Kwani
And
Maguire
Forest
kwa
want to
injury?
bring on Awani for Jesus. Awani He playing for the third game in a row after that horrendous injury he suffered at the end of last season against Leicester. He collided with the post, ended up in a coma. It's been a return that the Forest fans have welcomed from that awful injury. Started the game here against Chelsea, came on a sub performance last week, and on again here with 13 minutes of normal time to go, the Nigerian.
And a real handful as well. And as you said, Gary, it's great to see him back on the pitch, back amongst it.
Gibbs White. Anderson. Milenkovic. Anderson. Head down, Gibbs White as he chases that towards the corner flag. So very, very... Rowley. Delict. Short. Dorgan. The two subs that Amarim has brought on, a wing back and a centre back, probably won't excite the travelling fans here, but Nasraoui is bombing forward. Has found a Bummer, now Ahmad. Nasraoui, Kasim.
Hakuna mtu ako hapo.
Awkward. Sabona did tremendously well, as did Awali. Anderson. Williams. Excellent ball up to Savona. As things stand, as scorer of the goal that separates the sides.
Just looking at Manchester United, I just feel that they're very static. It's going in the favour of Forest. If I ask any questions, there has to be more movement going forward. It's all in front of Forest, and that's what they'll relish. You know that you've got two defenders who will win their battles and their duels. Disrupt, will disturb this back line. They have to make some movement, and it has to come from
Movement.
Nasraoui, Ahmad, for Bummer. Away past Anderson. Here's a corner though.
He's been outstanding, Elliot Anderson. Absolutely outstanding. Everything he's done. Forest shirt this afternoon, whether it's a pass, whether it's looking for something that's going to create, as we've seen there, defensively. It's all-round game, outstanding.
We're getting used to that level of performance for club and country, aren't we? Into the last 10 minutes. Brian Mbuma with the corner.
Wewe tunapiga kona una hang bona why?
Manchester United. And they get the first contact. It's a swing at that from Dorgan.
It's in.
What a brilliant
Ahmad.
from an edge.
Iko. Ahmad Diallo. 2-2. Kumbafu wewe. Wewe unadhani unafunga nani?
Where he is centrally,
Kumbafu.
he has to adjust. It was close from the ball that was headed back from Casemiro.
Wewe.
Look,
Ahmad Diallo.
18-yard box. Adjust, focus. Oh, it's brilliant. It really is. First time hit on the volley. Cells, yes, there's lots of bodies that are in
Ahmad
front of you.
Diallo.
The strike.
It's
takes
Ahmad
you
Diallo.
away
It's
from
called
it.
Ahmad Diallo. It's called
Brilliant.
Ahmad Diallo. Ahmad
Well,
Diallo.
they're checking for a
Ah,
possible
wewe wacha kumsumbua
handball
man,
here.
pigia simu. Ah.
Oh God, help us.
VAR having a look. First goal of the season for Ahmad, and it's one to savour. Will it count though?
That's a great finish.
Ah, Wi-Fi.
Nimba, hii kitu nanisumbua leo ni nini? Hata ningeweka hata data. Na wacha kunisumbua na nipigie. Data ite tu Ahmad Diallo.
Mbaya kuja na zile maili zako huwa anachezanga.
Room for error, he has to hit it perfect, which he does, and he has to execute it into an area where he wants it to.
Yes.
This is going to be a goal for Manchester United.
Yes, it's
To
a goal.
celebrate all over again. It's 2-2. Wonderful strike.
Ahmad Diallo.
Ahmad Diallo. Have to say, Forest will be disappointed to be undone from the set piece.
Situfunde yake ya
But
mwisho
it's all
wake.
square again.
And I feel aggrieved. They really will do because they've defended gamely. They've been the better side in the second half. There's no doubt Forest have, but the team have to find a way. Manchester United have, even not playing anywhere near their capabilities.
Arena tulia wewe.
Savannah
Tulia.
looking for Yates. Well, is there a winner here? And if so, which end?
Haya.
Shishko.
Huku mwisho.
Dorgu down the
No.
left-hand side.
Oh my
Right
God.
Huyu ndio nani sijaiona sijui ndomo.
Nani?
Sijui ndomo, sijui ndomo.
Ndio
This is the
Dorgu.
handball they were looking at.
Hapana. Hebu nyamaza tu watch ball baba. Unajua tuko kwa matanga ya football
Wewe
leo.
wa timu gani wewe? Wewe ni wa Manchester. Ai man, nini sasa mimi? Shit.
Hiyo ball iko wapi?
Opportunity. Well defended from United. Williams taking that strike. On. Hudson Odoi down at the moment in the centre circle. This is the reason why, Gary, because Mazraoui, I mean, it's a fierce challenge in there just on the turn. I think he's got a dead leg here because it looked like there's a big knee into top of his thigh. That's where the chance opened up for Forest.
Hebu wana mtu.
Yeah, yellow card for the Moroccan Mazraoui.
Mazraoui.
And a corner kick
Guy,
to
corner.
Nottingham Forest.
Guy,
5
corner.
minutes left.
Corner na dakika
It's a
tano
terrific
please.
contest.
Tony
There's
corner.
no further drama to come here. Anderson delivers. And Doi. Have a corner.
Oh my God.
To get over the ball.
Yeah, that was a difficult one for Kovic. Pace on the ball front. Anderson again. Good delivery.
Oh my God. Very big.
Burma. A lovely burst of acceleration finds a man. Bruno Fernandez, first time. It's Cunha.
Cunha,
Foul
kando,
for a player who's
kando. Oh my God. Kando, si kwa kipa, kando.
Was a big chance. Just didn't execute.
Oh my God. Oh,
It's finding a corner, asking to question ourselves.
15 Premier League goals for Wolves last season. Voted Players Player of the Year. Not the Fans Player of the Year, by the way.
Wewe, narudisha nyuma na tutafungwa mama. Babylon soldier, tusifungwe Babylon
To
soldier.
Joao Gomez, just shows how good he was last season. Ahmad, first time for Šeško.
Sesko.
Anderson there yet again. Lovely pass as well for Ndoye.
Nice.
Who shrugs him off the ball. Bruno Fernandes. Cunha.
Hapana, Cunha ni mbaya sahi.
Sense carry, there's another goal in this. I just feel it's one of them games. It's been such an exciting affair.
Sahi ni mbaya, sahi tunapiga ball mbele.
Just feels that way.
Twende. Cunha.
Great burst again. Šeško.
Kinapiga juu. Haki ya Mungu amepiga juu. Uko juu.
Very difficult to find the target from there.
Sunge kata basi hivi.
It was a bursting bit of movement from Cunha. Šeško, great little run. And there was, I felt maybe a slight nick on that strike there. Šeško takes a strike on. Here comes a cross. Is that? Yes,
Corner.
there is. It should have been a corner.
Oh my Lord, Manchester, my Lord, Manchester, United.
The deflection takes it just wide.
Tunafungwa.
Everyone's deserved the goal. It's Elliot Anderson, isn't it? This is a massive ricochet.
Oh my God, ni nini inaendelea hapa? Kwani tunafungwa with 1 minute?
It is a Nottingham Forest corner. Anderson. Good. Header away. Collected by Hudson-Odoi all the way back to his goalkeeper. It's looking like 5 minutes of stoppage time. Tawani chases this down. Dorgu goes across with it. Brilliant work from the Nigerian. Odoi. Marilla. We're into stoppage time. Gibbs White.
Guy.
Marilla. Forest fans here baying for a winner.
Oh, yes.
Trying to switch it to Hudson-Odoi. Gave it probably a little bit too much.
Too much juice on that one. Not the fact that he's just wanting to pick every pass with pace.
Amorim.
Reminds me of a Steven Gerrard kind player where intensity plays at. He's only just overcooked.
Guy, Manchester. Shit.
Just launches that. Milokovic has it under control. Forest back in Europa League action on Thursday away to Sturm Graz before returning here against Leeds next Sunday. The last game before the international break. Here comes Sangare, Ivory Coast midfielder. He's been a peripheral figure recently. Unused sub in 3 of the last 4, but he'll come on here for the closing moments, replacing Hudson-Odoi.
It's one of them for Dyche went with it. Throw the dice and go and try and get that winner. The flip side of it is that when they are in the league and who they're up against at this moment in time, for Manchester United. So
Hey, Satin Buemo.
Brilliant from Mbama. Cunha. Bruno Fernandes. Dorgu. United looking for a winning goal to keep this run going.
Wow.
It's Casemiro deflected, bouncing over the bar.
Oh.
Collective hearts in mouths from Forest fans all around the ground. That would have been cruel, very cruel. There's that strike on there. Just ducks, puts his body in front of it. I think it might actually hit his face, stroke head.
Corner, corner.
Short corner.
Ruka mapema. Oh my God. Oh, shit.
It might have even got the block away from Williams if he wasn't there, but what a block that is from Murillo. He's been outstanding as well defensively. Deserves the plaudits from his partner in crime, Milinkovic.
Wanataka draw hawa.
Close to player of the year in each of the last 2 seasons. Murillo 2 years ago, Milinkovic last year.
Ay.
That goal line clearance might have secured a point for Nottingham Forest.
Atupigi walai.
Now we've sat back and maybe looked at this and felt this is a big point for them moving forward. Platform for them to.
Hii game shared draw man.
In his first home league match in charge of Nottingham Forest, a battling display against an in-form Manchester United team. United rescuing the point late on with that brilliant goal from Ahmad after Gibbs White and Savona had scored in the space of 3 minutes at the start of the second.
Ay, tumedraw. It's a draw, nigga. Oh, it's a draw, but not a lose. Not a lose, not a lose. Let's send him stream.